Ojai.
Greetings, I'm Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
And this is a golden god of pedals that do interesting things.
They've done it again, Strymon. You know, managed to invent something very sophisticated and very, very clever and put it in a box that stupid guitar players will understand, which I think ultimately should be the strapline of all Strymon. That should be the Strymon website. Strymon, we make clever things that stupid people can use.
Built for me, then.
Now, this has been highly, highly anticipated because up till now, obviously, Strymon haven't really gone terribly close to the whole distortion pedal thing.
Ho, 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 ho! Hello, children. It's Santa Claus here, and you know I always give you anything you want for Christmas. So just make sure that you tell Mummy and Daddy that you need Santa to bring you a 1959 Les Paul or a pre-CBS Strat, and I'll make it happen. Ho, 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 ho!
They kind of got a little bit sort of on the what could we do with distortion with the deco, but this is the first balls out distortion pedal.
I love that they almost like held it back, and then went, okay, there you go.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
So why is it clever? It's clever because it combines a traditional analog JFET style distortion.
Binds the A with the D.
A with the D. With all the kind of super high power DSP that you'd expect from Strymon. So what happens in this pedal is the first thing that happens is the signal hits a traditional analog JFET gain stage. And then before it gets out the other side of the pedal, it goes through multi-levels of DSP to kind of fine tune and get the sound that you want. You heard Rob playing kind of like a signature Rob Chapman kind of tone at the beginning there.
Just a
but
Dorje
what I
riff.
really need to do is show you what it would have sounded like without the pedal on.
Shall I riff and then turn it off?
Yeah, go on
I think that would be...
So we didn't even have that over like a mildly crunchy sound or anything. That is crystal clean to super high gain.
It's
Now here's where the pedal gets kind of clever. So it really, if you don't know anything about, and you don't even care about why this pedal is clever, then that's fine. Plug it in and use it like a normal distortion pedal. You have a drive control, two levels of gain, you know, low and high, two normal, you know, two EQ settings, a normal and a mid boost one, and three, you know, controls here to change the EQ. What's clever though is the DSP kind of controls the way that the EQ is voiced depending on how you've set the gain stage, the analog sort of gain stage. So in as you begin to drive the input gain more, as it will change kind of how the mid-range control reacts and the kind of frequencies it's adjusting for it to sort of best interpret how it thinks is the nicest gain sound. So we've got so I'm going to focus kind of just going through some of the sounds. There are, you know, there's another switch here that I'll talk about in a minute. I'll talk about what the favorite thing. I'll talk about a couple of the hidden features at the end. But for now, and for want of a better way to go, I'm just going to go through some of the suggested settings from the manual here. And we're also going to use the amplifier in both its clean mode as it is now and in a very crispy kind of little bit edgy. So let's start with, there is a drop tune mode. How close were we to drop tune mode? We weren't very close. Right, so drop tune mode, let's do this. and see if it sounds good as Rob's guitar is drop tuned. So here we go, we dial it in like this.
There's a lot of low end in that sound.
Great,
yeah, it's incredible.
Then, if we back this down, there's another, like a suggested setting here called edgy, which I'm guessing is going to be a lot more, it's like a
Like for
push
lead,
gainy.
isn't it?
No, I think just for sort of, just like rock.
Interesting. I wonder what that's like if I tap out the old Geats.
This should sound good. We've got Fat Drive. Fat Drive should be good. Here we go. This is using the lower gain mode, but with the mid-range pushed a little bit more. So here we go.
It's great.
Really like
Everything it does is
Can
great.
you switch it to channel 2 now? So we've popped the Friedman Runt onto channel 2, and we've just literally added a hair's amount of gain in, so like this. And I'm going to pick a boost drive for the setting that I want here to just see what happens if we boost over the top of a gain signal. So let's start playing now. Great. It's very quiet as well,
Yeah,
it's not a noisy distortion pedal, is it, this one? Okay, let's get into a couple more of the clever sort of tech bits as well. So built into the pedal, you have a standard on and off switch, which will just literally turn on however the knobs are set at the time. However, you also have what's called a favorite switch. So let's say, for example, that Rob's favorite setting was a much higher gain. Let's see.
It was
what
the
this
very
sounds
first
like.
tone we did with the clean channel, actually.
Oh, there's nothing I like better than putting my flashing bulbs over a lovely tree.
So we're back on a clean sound now. I'm going to dial in that kind of crazy high gain sound that I had for Rob at the beginning. Here we go. If I press and hold the favorite button, like this, until it goes on and off, then essentially that's now my favorite sound. So if I drop it back down to
give me
more of a rhythm
crunch.
sound.
That's brilliant.
So that's really, really easy. Anybody
That's
can
great.
remember how to do that.
What a great idea.
And this black switch that we've got here is plugged into the boost section.
It's the more switch.
So there is one of the hidden features in here. Well, not hidden features. One of the features is that you can plug this. This is called a Strymon Mini Switch. So this looks very similar, or in fact identical, I think, to the favorite switch, but the switch works very slightly differently. So don't forget, if you've got if your Strymon manual says you need the favorite switch to do the function, make sure you buy the favorite one. And if the Strymon manual says you need the mini switch, make sure you buy the mini switch, because they look very similar. In fact, they look the same. So one of the clever things that I can do with the boost, one of the internal things I can do, if I just hold this button down for a couple of seconds or whatever, it will allow me to adjust how much boost it kicks in. The maximum is 6 dB, but you can set it anywhere from 0 to 6 dB if you want to do. We've set it to maximum just for effect. And what will happen is when I hit this button, the boost will kick in. So again, let's get a sound for Rob. Here we go.
It's such a great sound.
I know, I always know when I've lost Rob in a demo, because basically he just carries on playing. So that's the mini switch, that's £59. This is £299 if you haven't.
How much for the Ojai?
Yeah, this is not, you don't need this to use the Riverside.
But it looks great.
In 2016, Strymon launched a couple of power supplies for their pedals, so we thought we'd use that. Yeah, I said, this will run off of any 9-volt supply with a 250mm output. Ojai is cool because it's minuscule, Ojai.
It's just more if you're going to be using other Strymon pedals as well that all require
the high output, isn't it? So yeah, so the Ojai is tiny, and it'll do 500 milliamp 9-volt outputs, which is perfect. So if you've got 5 Strymon pedals on your board and you've only got this much space to fit your power supply on, that's what you want. That is 150 quid, I think.
Wow.
So what was it? So the other feature, I'm going to have to get you to change guitars really, because the other feature on this is the built-in noise gate. So we need a noisy guitar. Okay, so we'll go for a like a medium gain driven tone, and we'll put it on a single coil pickup, and you will hopefully hear loads of buzz. A little bit of buzz. You can hear the buzz, right? So what I do to adjust the noise gate is I hold, same again, I hold down the on and off button until everything starts flashing. But now what's happening is, so the level control was the one that did the boost. That's what I had to adjust to see whether it was 6 dB or not. And the drive control does the noise gate.
Multifunctioning.
So if we turn your volume up, okay, there it is. So what I've got to do is I need to turn the drive control up until, okay.
There it is.
Happy with that?
Yep.
And then I just literally switch it off, and that. And there you go. Now you obviously, I think noise gates are one of those kind of effects where inevitably some guitarists don't like to use noise gates, you know, because there will at some point during the kind of decay of the note, it'll just get to the point where it can't tell the difference between the background noise.
Whack it up. Let's have a little, put a bit more gate in.
Okay.
Let's just see how natural it is. I'd be interested just to experience.
So this is kind of like maximum gate.
Okay.
You would only use that if you were a genty kind of guy using super high gain and you wanted that harder cutoff that the gate would
Actually,
do.
Can we have the high sound with that and get like a gent sound, because that's kind of what they do. They leave all the gate in.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun. But obviously this is a Strat, and this is
Do you want to go?
No, that's fine. the fun.
So I'm just gonna put that gate setting kind of back to where I would.
Butter.
It really doesn't need to be on very much at all to get rid of that sort of first layer of annoying hiss, which is kind of cool. So there we go.
Do you want to have a go?
I would like to have a go.
I'm
yes, just
still
to see what
very
it's
upset
like.
you're not wearing the turkey hat.
Well, I just, it's very small and I've got a really big head and it's really uncomfortable. Could somebody, I threw my plectrum in a fit of rage at some point earlier on. It wasn't really a fit of rage. Oh, what a catch. Let me have a little try with this. It sounds great, doesn't it? So I would probably go, I don't know actually, what would I sort of do? That's nice. We've got the noise gate on just a tiny bit, and what you can see is it doesn't affect the decay of the guitar.
That's a rig, isn't it?
For anybody that's...
That guitar, this pedal and that.
Yeah, for anybody that's watching there that goes, I'm always a bit nervous about introducing anything digital into the sort of the signal chain of my...
Is it true bypass?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah,
I think they are. Pretty sure they are.
It's true bypass. Because the Strymon man on the floor down there just said it is. Yes.
I wasn't going to give away the Strymon man on the floor gag, but anyway. Yeah, for any guitar player that's kind of nervous and thinking, do you know what, I've got like I've got my Class A valve amplifier and I just use analog stuff and, I buy all my expensive cables and I'm worried about, don't worry at all.
Well, don't buy a Strymon, enjoy your vintage tone. See you later.
But it doesn't feel like you've done anything to make to sort of interrupt that kind of very analog kind of flow.
Yeah.
I have just leant over the back here and realised as well, one of the things I didn't show you, if you're going to literally if this pedal is the sort of thing where you just go, do you know what, I'm just going to stick this pedal in my gig bag and then kind of like wherever I go, I can just use this pedal into the front of an amplifier. It has got quite a handy little sort of EQ switch on the back designed to compensate for amps that are perhaps overly dark or overly bright. I guess in the same way perhaps compensate for guitars that are maybe overly dark or overly bright as well. We actually have just had that in its middle setting the whole way along, so we haven't really used it.
You know what's interesting to me is they chose the word Riverside to be the name, because I think people would be forgiven for thinking that Riverside, it's a gentle, relaxing scenery. It's all about bluesy tones, and it's all about, that kind of... But, I mean, it really is a sonic chameleon. It's going to get you dirty, filthy, genty... Bambacam alongside the more bluesy, relaxed country tones even, I think.
I like it a lot. I've always liked the look of Strymon pedals as well. It's going to fit in with the whole kind of vibe with all the other pedals that they make. So look, there you go. I know, I tell you, there's one other thing as well. The expression pedal output on the back, that has two cool functions. The first function is that you can assign the expression pedal to be one of the knobs that's on the front. So if you want to be able to introduce drive from an expression pedal, you can do that. But the other thing that I thought was clever, you can actually assign this pedal to tell another Strymon pedal what your favorite setting on that pedal is.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to do kind of like, turn you've got this on. When you hit your favourite button here, not only would it recall your favourite sound in here, but maybe
also
you had a
on-
favourite delay sound on your Strymon pedal.
Wow.
It would tell that to simultaneously give you your favourite delay
Well, that's
sound.
absolutely insane
Which
for
is super cool.
£299.
Yeah, and that's not MIDI or anything like that. That's just literally doing it via the sort of the favourite thing.
By the way, this switch is 59.
Yeah,
And this Ojai PSU is 149.
that's right. You're completely correct,
I
Mr.
know
Chapman.
things.
There's really nothing.
Yeah.
It's a good distortion pedal. It's a good distortion
A lot
pedal
of
with
people are
clever
going to be very happy
features.
for Christmas when they get this golden Riverside from
Yes,
Strymon
you're very
in their
lucky
stocking.
as well. There is one last shipment of Riversides due into the UK before Christmas 2016. So there we are.
Yeah, well, I've been Rob Chapman.
And I've been the captain,
See you later.
Riverside.
This is Rory from the UK. Tell me about Rory.
So he edits videos. Rory's awesome.